What's up, math scholars and math haters? This is Mr. W. Today we're going to tackle question 24 in the 4th grade math questions that North Carolina released this past school year. We have 4 answer choices, and we're trying to see which one is going to give us a number that's equal to 462. Now, the biggest thing in this question is the base 10 system. And if you're a parent watching this, and of course we need to read our answers very carefully in a question like this. If you're a parent watching this, this is one of the biggest ideas that Common Core math is based on. And if you're freaking out right now, don't worry, because we're gonna make it through. We'll be okay. And hopefully, everybody involved here will have learned something by the end of this, including Mr. W. So if we're looking at our answer choices, we see that they're all written in terms of hundreds, tens, and ones, except for choice C, which doesn't have any ones. I want to start by very briefly going over what base 10 says we need to do for each of these types of numbers, hundreds, tens, and ones. Because if we have ones, for instance, if I have 2 ones, that's just 2. If I have 60 tens, that means that I'm going to need to add another 0 on the end of this. So 60 tens you could actually see as 600. But of course, Common Core wants students to think of it in terms of a problem like this as 60 tens, because if we go to the tens place and look to the left, we have 60. I'll put a little blank there because 2 doesn't have any zeros attached to it. And then for hundreds, that's 4 and then 2 zeros. So hundreds has 2 zeros, tens has 1 0, and then ones doesn't have anything. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go ahead and just add these numbers all the way across for each answer choice and see which one gives us something that's equal to 462. So for choice D, and I'm going to assume that we have calculators, or since this is a calculator active question, and so if you add 400, 602, that gets you 1002. Not what we're looking for, so it can't be D. Now I'm going to move on to choice A. I'll try out choice A. 300s means I need a 3 with 2 zeros. I then need a 16 with 1 0. And now, I wrote that wrong. 16 with 1 0. And then my 2, I'm going to put a little blank next to my 2 just to remind myself that that's not, or that if it's in the ones place, it can't have a 0 next to it. So now, if I add 300 plus 160 plus 2, that should actually get me 462, which is what I'm looking for. So I'm going to be pretty sure that my answer is A, but I am going to test out B and C just to make sure. So for choice B, 300s, that's 3 and 2 zeros. 6 tens, that's a 6 with 1 0, and then 2 ones plus 2. That equals 362. We got 2 numbers out of 3 right. We were looking for 462, though, so it can't be B. And finally, just to make sure, we're going to test choice C. That's 4 with 2 zeros plus 62 with 1 0, and that gets us 1020. Again, not what we're looking for. So after all that work, we narrowed it down to A. A is going to be our correct answer for number 24.